Hi everyone, this is Jacques here. I'm from the new Jack team. Today's tutorial we're going to be doing for Atavism, our MMO creator, is we're going to bring in our first mob, and we're going to place him in our planet that we created. So to start off, the package that we're looking at getting in is the alien character package. It's a free little character package that you can get from Unity. We got a link in our forum for it, so if you guys just want to go there and grab that link and download it if you want to work with as we go along, you can grab it there. I'll show you the character that we got. It's called Alien Character. It looks pretty good. Just drag it into the scene here. There we go. And let's just zoom into him. So that's the character we're going to bring in today. He's got a gun, but we'll set up his combat with shooting at a later stage. So first thing you do is you go to Unity. You will bring it in from Unity, import it in. There shouldn't be any errors because when I brought it in it was pretty good. So next thing we want to do is if we click on it, you see it uses mechanism animation, and that is this one here. So mechanism uses a animator, and this is the animator here. You can see they already set this up, but we will be changing this a little bit to use a different system. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to just use we're not going to use mechanism animation, we're going to just use standard animation maybe to bring it in. So first thing what we do is we go into resource folder, and we'll just bring in even the princess, for instance. It's comes with Atavism. It's a pre-set up mob that's already set up, and we just go click on position, put it to 0, 0, 0, and if you double click on a mob or object in the anarchy here, it will zoom into it. So there's our princess that we're going to be using as a template. So let's take this alien that we brought in, we put him at 0, 0, 0, and there's the alien that we brought in. For some reason he's turned to 60, so we just turn him there. So that's the alien that we're going to be putting in. So what I want to do is I'm going to try not to first try and show you guys how to set up it maybe without using mechanism. I don't want to use mechanism. You can do it with mechanism too. There's two ways to do it. It just depends on what controller you put on. So if we click on the princess, we have a legacy animation controller, but we also have a mechanism animation controller that you can add in there. Let's just quickly see there. So if you go there and you type in mechanism, there's a mechanism mob controller. So we could use that, but then we have to set up the whole animator to work properly, because you have to have parameters that the server sends there and then changing it over and stuff like that. And for the session I don't want to do all of that. It takes a little bit long to set all that up. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to change this from mechanism to just normal animations. So there'll be some trial and error with this, but that's usually how we work with it. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to copy all the stuff that's on the princess mob over to the alien character mob. So I'll just say copy this, bring it here, paste it here as a new component. Then I'll go here, I'll go Atavism Legacy, copy this, bring it over and paste it here. Just bring all these little components here. It's very simple. And paste it here. And which one did we just do? So these are all components that makes Atavism's characters work so that they can operate in the world and stuff like that. So the first one is just your animations. This is the normal character controller from Unity. This is the Atavism's character controller that tells it what to do, like how to run, animate at certain times when it's in combat and stuff like that. And then this is the mob appearance. So if you put a mob appearance on here, what a mob appearance does, it helps you to specify sockets on it. Now this is not UMA, this is generic models that we're working with. Yeah, we can do a mechanism, like I said, I'll do a mechanism one in the future also to set up, show you how to do it. So these are for sockets. So sockets are used if you want to equip a weapon in the mob's hand, or if you want to switch stuff around, you use the sockets, you know, like if it's a character. So this is just the mob appearance to say sockets. Also, if you say I shoot the mob with an arrow or with a laser gun or something, and I want a particle effect to appear somewhere on the mob itself, I'll create a socket for it. So if you go there, so you can add the sockets to inside the character's animations, or you can separate it. So the socket is just like a point of reference. Say you want to have a particle effect appear in her hand, the socket will be the point of reference of where it will appear. You can move it around. It's just a object that you put in there, but it just uses the location. And then so if you specify the socket on the mob appearance, say for instance you say main hand and you say that socket, then Atavism knows that the main hand, that's the position for that socket. And then if you go into Atavism and you say you want to, when you shoot this magic arrow or whatever, the gun or whatever, you want the particle effect to appear on the main hand position on the mob, it will know that it's using this position of that object. And that's what socket's all about. So, and let's see, so what's the next thing we want to put in? We have mob sound system. So if we copy the mob sound set and we put it in here on a character, so these are pre-scripted with Atavism too. So you have a response, you know, you have different sounds that you can do, aggro, attack sounds. So what happens is if you click on say this mob, it will respond with the sound effects. You can have different amounts, right, and stuff like that. You can vary between them and stuff like that. So that's what you use the mob sound system for. And let's see here. So this script, we don't need to put it on here because this is not a click to move game. But if you had a click to move, you would put the click to move target script. I'll just put it on, doesn't matter, it doesn't do anything. But you'll put that on. So what happens is when you click to move to target, you know, it will stop, so you don't walk right over the target when you're doing a click to move game. So you have a stop distance there and activate target thing that you can put in if you click on it for crafting stations. But that's more for a click to move type of game. What we're not doing that right now. We're doing just a normal MMO one. I'll just add it in there. So the next thing we want to do is now, because I copied these over, what it's doing, it's all these animations in an animator, it's actually using this princess animation, so we don't want that. So if we go to the alien one and we go look in his list of animations he's got here. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's got 8 animations listed there. So what we can do, because we have to reset this up, I'll just turn this off. And so we'll change this to 8. And then I'll just drag in each animation into it that he's got here. So we have dead. Then we've got flight. And then we've got get hit right. We won't be using all these animations most probably, but we just add them in there. Get a gun. So I hope this all works well because I haven't tested this out. I just grabbed him right now from the store, so this is like brand new. So in case we hit a problem, then you guys can see how we problem solve stuff too, if we can. Let's bring this in. Oh, why do I have more? What did I miss? Oh, I got 9, yeah. Oh, I know why. So if I put 8, you'll see it doesn't, it leaves the idle there. So it's got no idle in it. Flight, dead, get gun, get hit. Oh, it's got an idle. So there's the idle. So we drag the idle in there because you have to make sure that it's the same idle. So we have, yeah, let's see, flight, get hit, get hit, get hit, idle, idle pose of gun, and shot. There we go, we got all of them in here. Got play automatic. Okay, so we got the animations in there. Now these are just to say what animations it is. Now you have to go to the Atavism legacy animation setup and say which animation to play at what state. So for idle state, we say we want to do idle. So we'll drag idle in there. Walk state, let's say we want to do flight. I have no idea how it looks the animation, so we have to see. Run state, we'll just use flight as well. A jump, it doesn't have a jump animation, so we just use flight as well. Combat, idle, idle with a gun. Let's do that one. Oh, sorry, combat idle will be that one there. And then flight, get a gun, idle shoot will be combat. Non-combat, we can just put that in, and death will be dead. So we put that in. There's different other ones too, but he's not swimming and all that stuff, so we don't have to worry about all these things. You can set speeds and stuff like that on here. So there's a few things you can do with this. Okay, so now that we've done that, next thing we want to do is we want to change the layer to targetable, because we want to maybe target this player, this mob. Okay, so we have all that, we have all that. Let's turn this princess off. Let's see here. Okay, so we got that. Let's go look at these animations. Actually, let's go there. Just want to see how these animations look. So if you want to look at animations, click on the model and you can see you got a rig and you got, let's see, a generic rig is fine. You get animations, so you have animation dead. You can play it. There's his animation there when he's dead. So that's it. And let's see, flight. Just want to see what the flight animation looks like. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's pretty simple. Okay, cool. Let's see here. All that is all good. That's very simple animations. Okay, now that we've done that, he's basically set up now a template for him. We can call him something else. Let's call him a Reaper as a mob. He's a Reaper. Okay, and then we go. What you do is you drag this template now into the resource folder. Resource folder is used to call items directly, you know, like spawn them into the world and stuff like that. So you put it in a resource folder. So you got your mob there, and now the next thing we want to do is we go to open up Atavism. So now we've got Atavism. So we want to set up a mob. So we go to mobs, and we put the name in Reaper. So it says game object. So this is where you drag in this one that you put in a resource folder into that. Species, you can change all these things in the options settings, but beast, undead. So actually, you know what? Let's say And so let's go to options. Let's see. I want to see if I can't add another option. So you go option choices plugin, and then we go down to species. So you've got a bunch of species there. Let's add a choice. Let's call this alien. And I mean, we can do different ones, but we'll just call it alien for now. You say save data. So now you save the option choices there. So we go back to the mobs. Let's see here. Call him Reaper again. We drag in our mob, and now if we go to species, you see we've got alien now as an option. So we choose alien. Mob type. Normal, faction, haters. So you can set up different factions too using the faction plugin. You can have as many factions as you want. You can set how they correspond with each other. Like we have just put these are just standard ones we put in here, but you can say like friendly will be fine with humans, but they might not be fine with haters. So you can have different factions fight each other, even if there are mobs and stuff like that. So we put haters in there. Scale we leave it the same. Weapon. We can add a weapon to the mob, but we're just gonna leave whatever is there for now. We'll later do his weapons and stuff like that. All this stays the same, category stays the same. Level, so this is where you set your level of the mob. So let's see, minimum level, I'll make him 1. So you can have a variety of levels, so it can be 1 to 10 or 1 to 1 or so forth. Or actually let's do him maybe a 3 to 20. So it can be very slow, not very strong, but it can also end up being super strong. So we don't know which ones we can interact. They'll spawn, like, you don't know which ones will spawn when they respawn in. Damage, let's say he does 10 damage minimum, max damage, let's say he does 30 damage max. So he's going to kill us quickly. So we just started. Is a mob attackable? So you can, this is where you set, if you have an NPC or somebody that you don't want to be attacked and killed, so you can set that to yes or no. You have attack speed, so we have different damage types. You can also set up your own damage types. Like all the stuff you see here isn't set in stone. Like these are all things you can change in the settings, plugins, and stuff like that. You can change different damage types. Auto attack, if the mob auto attacks you, let's just say player attackability. If your mob's skinnable, like if it's a wolf or something like that. So if your mob's skinnable and stuff like that, you know, you can set a loot table and stuff like that. Like I said, in the future, maybe the next one or after that, we'll set up his weapon, you know, so he can shoot lasers and stuff like that. But for now, we're just gonna set up today. We're just setting up the mob, just going over that quickly. So add mob stats. You can change the mob stats here if you wanna vary them from the normal setup that you have for mobs. So basically, Atavism has 2 systems. You can either set a basic setup of stats that works according to what level the mob is, or you can also individually change mob stats as well. So we just press save there, and once you've saved it, now you can add a loot. You can add loot to the mob, so if you kill him, what loot you can get. So you can add a loot table, and you can add a loot table. Now there's just one example loot table already in there, and you have a chance that it drops. But you can also create different loot tables with different items in them and stuff like that. So this is how you add the loot table. So let's say just the example loot table. Actually, I don't want to add a loot table to him right now because I doubt we're going to kill him. But anyway, so the mob's saved now. So after you save it, the next thing to do is go to the restart our server. So we just do this. Let's see, where is this? So let's just restart the server, and that's going to take some time. So while we wait for that, I'll quickly show you guys like some of the plugins that you can use for mobs. For instance, if we look here, so there we go, loot tables. So you can create a new loot table. You can add an item, the percentage drop that this item for this loot table drops. So you also set a percentage drop for a loot table. So you can add multiple loot tables, and then you can also add multiple items to a loot table. So say when a mob gets killed, he has a 20% chance to drop that loot table and a 70% chance to drop the other one. Then what it does after that, it chooses which loot table is being dropped, and then it chooses which items from the loot table is being dropped. So that's how you set up loot tables and stuff like that. And a few other things also, like we got quests and stuff like that. So these are just basic stuff that we set up. And we haven't got much items in the game yet. So this is where we set up our items and stuff. Now all these things as well, you know, you can go to the options choices. Now only one that you don't want to change or modify is weapon. You can change weapon types. Yes, you can actually, sorry. You can add more weapon types, you can add more armor types, you know, these are all options that you can change to rename or change to whatever you want to do. Yeah. Quest objection types, objective types, you know. These are all things you can add into this. So Atavism is pretty versatile when it comes to setting up certain things. So I think our server has restarted. I just want to turn this off. And let's see if our mob is going to work. It's going to be a nice little test. So let's just play. Give it a minute. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to play, especially on the first time. So let's just log in here. So there we go. Character creation's in. Okay, so this is the world that we did last time. I just added the fog, made it a little bit thicker, so it adds a little bit more atmosphere. And I also changed the world height, the height of the map magic. You can see on the side, you'll see you can change the height. I just made it a little bit lower, so it's a little bit more flatter terrain for us. So there we go. So first things we want to do for our mob, let's see if we want to spawn him maybe around here. I'll find a nice little spot here, maybe down here. Where we want to spawn him. This is a nice little flat area. So you can use the admin /admin command. It'll open up your admin panel. Now this is just for admins of the scene or the game. You can do different things here in the admin panel. You can teleport options. You've got gain commands that you can get stuff. Mob spawner, you can activate it. You can generate. You can grab an item. You know, you have a drop-down list. You can grab an item from it. You can say how many you want. You can get experience. This is to, or you can gain in skill. This is for testing and also to actually spawn mobs in the world. So let's get the mob spawner. Let's say new mob. Change template, and you'll see at the bottom there we have our Reaper that we just created. So in a mob spawner, you select the template, say for the Reaper. Now you have a despawn time. You can change these things to the despawn and respawn. You can also spawn between hours. So if you have a server, the server has a server time on it. So you can set spawning between, say, this and this hours on it, you know, and then whatever the server time is between those hours, it will spawn the mob and then despawn it. You can also change the template. So say I have the Reaper now, and I want him to change into like a crazy guy at night. When it becomes nighttime, I can set to change the template for him. You can have a patrol path if you want to create a patrol path. So for this, the first one, we're just going to spawn and just see if it works, and then I'll show you guys how to create a patrol path for a mob. So if we go down, you can add quests to mobs, end quest, dialogue, merchant tables. There's a bunch of stuff you can add to him. We can set the roam radius. Let's put it at 5, and then let's say spawn here. And there he goes. Oops, and he already killed me. He's gonna kill me. I have to run. Get away from him. So there's a way you can set the GM command so he doesn't want to kill you when you spawn him. So you know you're a GM. Jeez, when is he gonna give up? Let's see how far we can go away from him. Ah, there we go. So yeah, let's see if his animation is playing there. His animation is not playing. Okay, so now we have to play around with his animations to make them play. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we click that. We might not be able to set it up. I have to see. See, this is now where we troubleshoot. And let's go to this game. Let's make this small. Click it again. Okay, so at least we know our mobs in, everything works there on the Atavism side. Now we just have to figure out why it doesn't want to play his animation. And this must probably be because, let's see if we turn this on. It's so hard to see. Oh, there we go. That's because I didn't have, or is it? So he's playing that, but now I don't know. Let's see. No, he's just playing all the animations. Yeah, he's just playing all his animations. Yeah, okay. Let's release. Ooh, now we don't know where he is. Anyway, let's go see. So he's not playing the animations properly like we want him to. So we go there, put it on. Okay, now let's see. So we got the animations, play automatic. Okay, let's go to his his main one. So let's see, we got this, and I bet you it's got no animations on it. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Generic. Change it to legacy. Apply. That still works. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm just playing around with this now. So we just change them all to legacy and see if that makes a difference. Animations is very tricky when you get it from the asset store. You don't know how they set up them properly. Also, we changed it, so. Okay, so let's see now. This is all going to be trial and error. So we got that. Apply to root. Oh, that's. Should I want that? We can click that on. Let's see. Oh, wait. I have to. So after I did these changes, I have to press apply so it can change the one in the resource folder. Multi-purpose avatar. I have no idea actually what that is. Unless you're talking about the mechanism system. And no, this isn't. You can use both with Atavism, Mechanism, and just generic legacy ones. So let's see. Now to find this mob that I spawned, because I don't think it was close to the spawn point. So I'm just gonna spawn another one here, just so we don't have to go too far. Okay, let's open up the spawner. Change template, Reaper. Okay. There we go. I think I fixed that animation, so I changed it to generic. I mean to legacy, and now, yeah, it seems like it's working perfectly. For whatever reason, oh, there we go. There we go. She's shooting me. Yeah, his animations is working good now. Let's release. So yeah, sometimes you have to do a few things with it. So we just changed these animations to legacy, and activate, put on the animator, and then there we go. It's your first mob. Now the first thing you'll notice is his name is too close to his head. If you see there, his name is way too close to his head, so we'll have to make his name bigger. So next thing we want to do to change the height of a name is, let me see if I can do it right here. So let's see, where's this mob? Oh, there we go. There's two Reapers. So I wonder which one I am working with. So I just click in the scene mode while it's playing, and you double click it, and it'll take you right into the scene. So let's see if this is the one. If I can see myself. Oh, there we go. This is the right one, right? So if we go to the game, and now we want to see if we want to make that height of his name a little bit higher. Let's see if this will work. Let's see, land, tracking, jump, name height is 2. Let's put it at 3. There we go. So you can just change it. Some of these settings you can just change stuff right here. 3 is a little bit too much, I think, for him. Let's do make him 2. No, I'm sorry, 2.5. That works. The other thing is though, I don't like him. I think he's too small. I want to make him a little bit bigger. Yeah, he's too small. Okay, so 2.5. Let's make him a little bit bigger. So we stop play. We go here. Now you can set the scale of the mob in the Atavism editor, but you can also set scale here. So let's just scale him to say 1.2, 1.2, 1.2. Oh, for the planets, yeah. Actually, I'll have a look at that for planets. So the planets are different, right? You have the actual planets, which is the orbital space planets that we're gonna have, and then you can actually go to land on them. What you won't be landing, you'll just be transported to another scene, which will be the actual planet terrain that we're on. The terrain we're using is map magic actually for the terrain. So let's see, let's apply that, and we said we wanted to change the name height, if I'm correct. Let's make that 3 because we made it bigger now. So we still apply that. I won't be doing a pistol today because it's going to take some time. We have to set up particle effects and stuff like that. And we usually try and keep the sessions for an hour max so that it's not too big to load up and for people that's doing the tutorial. So I might do that in the next tutorial that we do. I'll show how to make a pistol that can shoot like a laser gun, stuff like that, for both players, and we can add it to the mobs maybe. It's pretty much the same system as what you would make a bow and arrow stuff for non-space games. And also maybe in the next version or the one after that, I'll upload a playable version so you guys can actually play it. Oh, so you actually go right to the planets. For that, you need to write a new character controller, because the gravity and stuff works differently. Like this is all server-based uh, settings, so wherever your character is, it's verified on the server side and so on. So you have to write a new character controller for that. Yeah, we do have a how to create weapons as a tutorial as well. So there we go. We got our Reaper there. He looks now better. You can actually see him, and he's coming to fight me. And we don't have animations for me to fight, and he killed me. So that's just very basic, just to set up the mob. You know, from here you can actually start polishing him and stuff like that, and make some more things. So the next thing I want to show you, so he's just roaming, that's just roaming him around, right? Now say for instance we want to make him patrol the area. So I can show you how to set up patrols for mobs. Let's make it big. Yeah, loading scenes is it's the nice thing about loading scenes, if you do that, is also because it's MMO and you're gonna have thousands of people playing around you. You know, you wanna make sure that the frame rate and stuff is good. So if you can control how many people or lessen the amount of people in one scene in that sense, you know, and control the assets and stuff, you can make really good looking areas, but they won't kill it for everybody else, right? So let's see. First thing we want to do is to patrol. Let's open up the admin panel again. I'm in the spawner. Right, and let's go there. So you open this up, you change templates. Let's change it to the Reaper. And then let's say he wants to walk around here in the bush. So we're not going to put a roam radius because he's not going to roam, he's going to patrol. So let's go down here. So we say create. So now you see another little window open up. Very easy to see that. So add up a point on player, and you can have travel in reverse. So we just add a point here. So we say he's going to start patrolling from here. Let's see, he goes here. And he goes up here. And he goes around here. And maybe around here. And let's see if he goes around this rock. Now if you don't press travel reverse, he's going to go from the last point you added, he's going to go back to the first one. But sometimes you have to make, you know, you want to set it up so he doesn't walk into trees and stuff like that. Let's keep going around here. And I think we started down there. If I can see that marker there. Okay, and then that's all. And then we say close. Now you've added all these points. You can also set the time if you want him to stay around here by this point and then walk further. So you have a timer you can add there as well. So there's a few things. Now we say close. Now we have a bunch of patrol points added. And let's say we say spawn here. And there he's walking. So now he's going back to the first one, and then he's gonna walk all around. So there we go. Now he's patrolling. Oh, he picked me up. Let me run away. I don't want to die. Let's see if we can. No. Why do you want to kill me? This character's got no animation on him. Mechano one. This version, no. I think this isn't the 2.7 version that I'm using. Or it might be. I don't know. I can't remember now. I don't think it's a test version you guys have. I think a test version is a little bit after this one. So, yeah. So you can see there he's walking around now. He's not like that one. That one that's just roaming. It just hangs around that little area. But this one will walk everywhere you put your patrol path around. Yeah, you can make it pretty big. Patrol points doesn't matter. You can make them if you want to spend the time to make them, to set them all up. You know, you can make them roam around like that. I don't think we've found a limit yet on how big the patrol point is. So there he goes. You see now he's going up. He's going to go all around there and come back again. So that I think that covers a lot of mob creation. So I think the next thing we'll do is on the next one maybe is look at the combat, you know, polishing the combat, adding animations to Yuma maybe, for instance, to the character so you can fight, and setting up maybe some guns so we can shoot with them. So that then we can start putting some gameplay into this little game. But yeah, it's there we go. We got our mobs in, and they're walking around, they're doing their thing. That'll be pretty good. I'll show you guys a little bit up here. If we go around here, this terrain's looking really good. I like the fog. Fog. If you use fog properly, it really makes the world look nice and full. So we got all the mobs in there now. You can run around, spawn them everywhere if you want to. Spawn a bunch of them. But yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna. I think there's a tutorial how to make bows. Bows is the same system as making a gun. Use the same principles. A bow and arrow. So you have ammo, which is your arrows, or you can have ammo, which is the gun's ammo. And then you can add the particle effects and stuff like that to make it shoot the lasers and stuff and so forth. So yeah, that's all for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think we'll do another one in a couple of weeks again, and see if we can just show people how to make some guns. I want to get some guns in this so we can start playtesting this, and I want to release it so you guys can jump in and actually play and see what we've done, play around with it. And after we can kill some mobs and so on, we'll start looking at getting some resources done and so on, so we can gather resources as well from the planets. So yeah, I'll stop the streaming now. But if you guys have any questions in the chat, I can answer them there. Thank you. So, see you guys again. Bye.